Hey you guys, what's up? Raylo here from KidneyPuncher.com, here to bring you a very quick review on the Tesla Stealth tiny little easy to use mod. But before we go any further, let's go ahead and dive down up close, take a closer look at the Tesla Stealth. Alright, so here we are in up close mode with the Tesla Stealth S 100 watt little tiny mod. Let's go ahead and spin this thing around and show you what it looks like. This has a nice rubberized finish throughout the whole entire device. Feels very sturdy, doesn't feel like it's going to rub off very easily. Right here is where you're going to set your tank, and down there at the bottom you have your 510 with a spring-loaded pin. At the top, this is your firing button. All you need to do to use this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Turns right on, you can see the light around the button. And to fire it, just hold it down, and you can see it lights right back up. Turn it off, another 5 clicks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and now your device is off. Right here on the side, you have your USB port. This will be for pass-through vaping and for charging your device. All right, so down here at the bottom, you can see your vent holes to keep your batteries nice and protected. And right here, you have a little bit of information. Tells you where it's designed and manufactured by Tesla, your minimum resistance, your input, your battery, and the amount of power you can put into your devices. So there you go, you guys. That's it for the Tesla Stealth, little mini stealthy little device. Let's go ahead and talk about some of the colors that come with this. So the Tesla Stealth comes in 4 different colors, in black, blue, red, and white. So there you go, you guys. That was a quick up close with the Tesla Stealth S 100 watt mod. Let's go ahead and go back into FaceTime, talk about it, vape on it. All right, guys, so that was a very quick up close with the Tesla Stealth S mod. Let's go ahead and take a quick vape on this and show you how it performs. So it performs very well, but let's go ahead and go over some specs real quick and kind of give you a rundown of how this thing works. So first and foremost, this is a zinc alloy construction through and through with that rubberized coating that they put on here, really nice. It comes with an internal 2200 mAh battery, which is a big plus in such a tiny little device. Its max wattage goes up to 100 watts. And of course, this is going to be depending on the build that you have in here on how much cloud production you're going to actually create. Max voltage is at 4.2 volts, which is very important. So anything that you're putting on here, always figure that it's going to be firing at 4.2 volts, and that's how you can figure out where you should be on your resistance. So your resistance range goes from 0.1 all the way up to 3.5 ohms. So it does come with short circuit, overcurrent, and voltage protection in this tiny little package. With use of the USB, you can plug this in and use it through pass-through, so that way you can vape while you're charging it. And it can hold devices, which I would suggest a tank because, I don't know, unless you got a really long drip tip, drippers probably wouldn't be the best idea, but anything up to 22.5 millimeters. So to see some size comparison, here is the Tesla Stealth next to an 18650 battery. It is just about the same height as an 18650, except for this little hump right here in the middle. So this is a very tiny little stealthy device. So now that we've gone over some specs, let's go ahead and talk about some pros and some cons. So first pro, I like this finish. This finish is very sturdy and feels like it's going to last a long time, and you can beat this thing up if you really wanted to. Another pro is its size. It's a very tiny little compact device and still holds 2200 mAh of battery life inside this device. So you're going to get decent battery life on such a tiny little mod. The fact that they opened up this bottom section to allow more airflow so you don't have to worry about restricting your airflow while using this device. The simplicity of this device, considering it only has the one button and it's just a 5-click on, 5-click off, and that's all you ever really have to worry about, is another big pro for me. So ease of use plus size. The fact that it's so small and can still fire up to 100 watts is another big plus. There's not too many tiny devices like this, little stealthy devices that you could hide in your hand that can produce up to 100 watts. So that is another big pro for me. Having the pass-through feature is another great pro. So when I'm sitting here at my desk or I'm somewhere where I can have this charging, I can always just plug this in and vape away and never have to worry about draining out my battery. So that's it for the pros. Let's go ahead and talk about some of the cons. So while yes, you do have a nice wide opening for your airflow, one con to me is the fact that, let's get in closer and show you. So if you look here, you can see the airflow is nice and open. And with this tank, it has 3 airflow slots. This one's kind of blocked and this one's very blocked. So the airflow that's on the backside, you're not really going to be utilizing. It's going to be whatever's showing here in the front, but you can always adjust it so that way you can have more airflow. So say with this tank, I'd open it like this. So I have 2 full open airflow slots. And another slight con for me, I would have actually liked to see this area maybe around like 25 millimeters in diameter, so you could fit some of the more popular tanks that are coming out today. But it is stuck at 22.5, and there's still a ton of tanks out there that are 22 millimeters in diameter that can utilize this device. So that's it for the pros and the cons and all the specs. Let me go ahead and take another quick vape. So one thing to note while using this device is the way that this is placed and where the button is. A lot of times you're going to want to hold it with your whole hand. Problem with that is you're going to be covering up your airflow. So one thing that I've noticed when I'm vaping this is I normally kind of hold it like this with my fingers split and then vape it like that. So that way I can keep my airflow as open as possible, or maybe even come down like this and leave a nice gap so that way I can fire it, or hold it like this. You'll find different ways of holding this device. And of course, because it's such a small device and I have big giant hands, this thing pretty much disappears in the palm of my hand. But other than that, I've really enjoyed this vape. If you're looking for something that's tiny, stealthy, and easy to hide, so you don't have to worry about having something big like say the Triad, this thing just makes the Triad look ginormous. All right, you guys, so that was a quick look and review at the Tesla Stealth S 100 watt little tiny mod. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Maybe you learned something. If you have any questions, go ahead and post it down in the comments below and I'll get to you as soon as I can. But other than that, this is where the review ends. So thank you guys so much for watching. Really do appreciate it. And as always, vape on.